Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here to talk about another fantastic performance from Rangers. I'll never ever get tired of saying that in the intro, by the way, never. Now apologies needs to be said for looking like death's doorstep. I'm still pretty damn ill, but what matters here on this channel is the football, and the football was beautiful. And I'm not going to undersell this win and sort of brush it off to one side because we won in the first leg. Defending your home in European football isn't it for everyone. I mean, just take a look around. We're the only ones who did it. And FC Midtjylland, as I've previously stated in videos before, is a very good team. This isn't a team that's ranked 288th. They are a very good, hard-working team, and we outplayed them over the two legs. Now, we did beat FC Midtjylland 3-1 tonight, but overall we beat them 7-3 in the both games. That is an absolute spanking. If you have any doubts about how good this Rangers team is, that should just settle any nerves you have for the rest of the season. We have shown it against a very, very good team. Now, going into this game of football, Gerrard said ahead of the game during the official Rangers press conference saying he wanted to see if these players were mentally tough enough to be able to push away the goals advantage from the first leg, just go into this game of football and just go ahead and win it. Didn't play it safe, didn't be safe, just be ruthless and have the mindset that this is 0-0, go ahead and qualify. And that's exactly what we got. Literally from the first whistle we seemed hungry and we seemed like the ones that needed to score a couple of goals. No FC Midtjylland. I think they were sort of expecting us to just sit in a little bit deeper so they could sort of dominate the ball bit. We were nipping at their heels, we were going after them, and you could see it with a couple of early chances. I mean, Ojo skipped by a couple of defenders very early on, should have been a free kick, but that was a sign of things to come. That direct run from Ojo, and 5 or 6 minutes later we took the lead in the 14th minute from nearly the exact same thing. Beautiful midfield play, keeping it quick, getting Ojo in behind the defence. That's exactly what he does. Whips a brilliant ball in. Now, it does fall a little bit luckily to Alfredo Morelos. I think maybe the defender could have maybe got a fit to it or try and cleared it away. But that happens in football, you know what I mean? You've got to whip it in there. You've got to put enough pace on it for the defender to miss. And Alfredo Morelos, just cool as a cucumber, cuts inside the man. Doesn't even lash it at first time. Gets the ball out his feet. Cuts inside the man. Just taps it into the back of the net. He is frightening right now. In a good way, not last season's mental way. So that's one goal for Morelos and one assist for Ojo. The second goal, they flipped it, but I can't just speak about them because a lot of the credit has to go to Scotty Arfield. I mean, his work rate and desire to get that ball to Alfredo Morelos in the first place is absolutely brilliant. Diving into challenges, refusing to give up. He then passes it to Alfredo Morelos, who takes a touch. Now he becomes the provider, passing it to Ojo. He finishes it first time, and you're just like, oh my sweet 55. If that potential partnership doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. They look frightening together, and they've only played a handful of games. Can you imagine when the season gets on longer and longer, and they get more in tuned? What kind of numbers that they will put up together. And Ojo, who's come under some criticism based on one performance versus Kilmarnock, now has 5 assists in his last 5 games and a couple of goals to boot. That is frightening behaviour for someone who needs to put in a performance. That's how well we are playing right now, and that's how high our standards are, that 5 goals, 5 assists is kind of like, aye. Now, there was no more goals in the first half, but there was some beautiful, beautiful play, and that's the biggest frustration with these fan recaps. You can't always break down every single nice pass, little give and go with Davis. Kamara done a lot of fantastic work. They kind of went off the ball and gets a little bit underneath the radar, but I was very impressed with him with his first half performance because he got his strut back and his confidence back, and he strolled that first half and he's in complete and utter control of their entire midfield. That was fantastic to see. Welcome back, Glenn. The only other big chance in the first half was a free kick a couple of yards from outside the box. It was Ojo that stepped up, and it was very well saved by the goalkeeper from there after some brilliant work. Again, high press. Glenn Kamara wins it. Alfredo Morelos with a clever turn gets the free kick at the edge. But again, Ojo just about that off of getting his second of the first half. And I'm not just trying to sound like a cheerleader here, but when that halftime whistle went, I just sat back, and I know, I mean, I've been dying off here with this illness, as you could probably see by the facial features, but I was just so proud and just so happy of this Rangers team. What a team we have. And I keep saying team numerous times in throughout today's video because it's a team performance. Yes, a couple individuals are shining bright and getting the goals and getting the assists, but everyone to a man tonight was fantastic, and that's not the first time I've said that this season. And I think that's where a lot of credit's got to go to the gaffer, Steven Gerrard. He has a massive squad. Some might say too big. I mean, we've got a couple of positions here or there that's absolutely stacked, but it continues to pick the right players for the right game, and it's just flowing just so effortlessly. But you know what I mean, we're Rangers fans, we've seen it all going well before, and then the iffy moments start to come in the second half. So when the second half blew off, you're all thinking, right, this is where the wobble will be, this is where they'll get their clickbait titles. They can say Rangers wobble to the next qualifying round. But Rangers started the second half stronger than FC Midtjylland, who had to score about 4 or 5 goals in the second half. Honestly, we went still after them. We got our rewards in the 49th minute with Alfredo Morelos scoring again, which takes his tally to 9 goals, 3 assists, and 8 games so far this season. The man is absolutely on fire. Cough break. Nah, is that not a thing? Okay, fair enough. Anyway, the Alfredo Morelos second goal of the game actually came from a Nikola Katic header. He was fantastic again. Him and Goldson are just... they're just the partnership of dreams right now. Katic gets a big boy header to it. It goes all the way out to Ojo on the left-hand side, who's alert, bit patient, and he just waits for Alfredo Morelos to make that forward run in front of the defender. He times the ball to perfection, and once again, the partnership of dreams with Alfredo getting his second of the game. And when the goal went in, you're thinking, oh no, is this really going to be another cricket score at home? But a lot of credit's got to be given to FC Midtjylland, because that's where they kind of grew into the game. I don't know if it was anything to do with us making a couple of substitutions and maybe that taking a wee bit of the sting out of our flow in the game, because we took off Ojo and we took off Ryan Jack as well, who pretty much does everything off the ball. My dad's got a perfect thing about Ryan Jack. If you're not hearing his name a lot, he's doing his job to absolute perfection. Just sweeps up everything. We brought on Greg Dockery and Jordan Jones. Not that they played bad and they were the reason that they scored or anything like that, but maybe just a little bit of a change in the old system, and that gave FC Midtjylland just a little bit of an edge to grow into the game. However, in saying that, I didn't really like their goal because it's very slack from us, very similar to what we've done versus Hibs, where we just switch off. I mean, it's coming from the left back spot where people's going to dive into the comment section and say what they say, but I thought Flanagan had another very good game, especially considering he's getting himself back to 100%, but he switches off a little bit there, they get the ball in, and that is the goal. You saw how angry and pissed off Shagger was that ended up in the back of the net. He badly wanted that European clean sheet, but we just switch off for a split second and we got punished, which is a bit of a credit to how good we actually are, because we only gave them one sniff at goal and they took it. That's how good they are. And the old cynic comes out once again, because we think to ourselves, right, this is it. This is when our standards are going to drop. We're going to bend over and make it hard for ourselves. But we never. When they scored that goal, we just rallied again, got composure, calmed it down, and just cruised to the 90th minute. Honestly, it's such a joy to watch, and I think that's so underrated, the fact that we aren't panicking now when they score or another team scores. We're just getting back to our game plan and just playing our game. But that's it. That's going to be the end of the fan recap in my point of view. Again, I'm handing the reins over to you guys to dive in at the comment section below. I want to see some opinions on that performance from Rangers. Now, this is usually the part where I do the individual player focus and I speak about 3 or 4 players in depth, but I can't do that today, and it would just be a disservice to that team performance if I did that for that game of performance. I know I've spoken about a couple of players throughout the fan recap, but honestly, from me to thee, that was a Rangers team performance. Now, I would just like to say in today's video, I know Andy King has now been confirmed that he is signed from Leicester City on a loan deal, but we will be focusing more on that tomorrow. We will break down his player profile, so I know a lot of people's going to be asking about him in today's video. What do I think? I'm going to look at the numbers, look at the stats, look about as much information as I can about him, and bring that in tomorrow's video. And with all that being said, let's jump over to Twitter then and hear from the people. There's been 1,695 votes. Honestly, thank you so much for getting involved. 9% voted for Glenn Kamara, 16% voted for Stephen Davis, 31% of the people voted for Ojo, but the far and away winner with 44% of the people's vote was Alfredo frickin' Morelos. So let's hear from the people then, shall we? Ian McDougall writes in, Alfie gets it tonight, absolute machine and always causing them issues. Superb from everyone again tonight, we look devastating at times. To Poland we shall go. Mark Menzies shouts out Big Golton. That's great to see, because once again, he was outstanding, and he normally goes underneath the radar because Katic is the fan favourite, but Golton, immaculate so far this season. Cough break again there, do apologise. David Noble writes in, Davis was just class, lucky to have him back and fully fit. He is the key to us having that consistency we were missing last season. Keep up the good work, CJ, love the channel, thank you so much, mate. Rock and Roll Elvis writes in, Glenn Kamara, the Rangers Rolls Royce. His movement off the ball and his desire to win every loose ball must never be underestimated. Dave Cornish writes in, Ojo for me, best performance yet. Hopefully, like Kent, he will go on and get better and better. And the last 2 or 3 we'll read out in tonight's video. First one comes in from Andrew Graham. He writes 2 goals and an assist for me. Wee Alfie just pops. Ojo, who was also quality tonight as well, CJ. Jamie Clark writes in, Morelos was terrific, seems to get better with every game. And the last one we'll read out, scroll all the way down at the bottom, we'll stop it right there. And it comes from C at Smithy_1872. And she writes in, Ryan Jack, as always. Now that wasn't meant, but I'm not going to lie to you, I did like the way that ended for today's fan recap. I am all done and dusted. You've heard from the people. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Shout out to the absolute legends on the Patreon's account for their continued support. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I've been Sage over 92 and bye.